Hi guys, Caden here. This video was supposed to come out last month, but due to certain circumstances, it didn't make it, and I ended up doing a live stream instead. Due to this, I will mention December 2017 a few times, but I really mean January 2018. Thanks. Hello, and welcome to December 2017's episode 2 of GPUJunkie, where we're attempting to game on a passively cooled GTX 1060. The GPU in question, the Gigabyte Extreme Gaming GTX 1066GB, does come with two fans, but we will be disabling them. The reason we chose this card is because it has an enormous heatsink, which will provide us with some interesting results. Of course, with any passive cooler, overclocking is pushing the boundaries, so the card will be running a complete factory specification. Another reason is that I just had it lying around and needed a use for it. The computer we'll be using it in, the same computer we'll be using until I have a dedicated test bench, will be my daily PC. It has an Intel i5 6600K running at a stock clock of 3.5 GHz, 16GB of DDR3L RAM, and Windows 10. In my opinion, this machine is a perfect fit for this card because no component bottlenecks another, and both the processor and graphics card can reach their maximum potential. We'll be testing this machine with my normal suite of games: CSGO, Garry's Mod, and Rocket League. We're not testing Minecraft since it's such a CPU-bound game, and we would see almost identical results. Each game will be tested for 5 minutes with the exclusion of the CSGO frame benchmark. Frame rate was recorded with Fraps, and temperatures were also monitored with MSI Afterburner. As per full disclosure, I haven't fully disabled the fans. I set a safeguard that makes the fans automatically ramp up to 100% if the GPU reaches 85 degrees Celsius so I don't accidentally destroy my card. Instead of recording gameplay, we used Electel's CSGO frame benchmark for this test, as it would let us have a more even comparison between the two passively and air-cooled tests. We saw an average frame rate of 295 and a max temperature of 72 degrees Celsius for the passively cooled test. Next, we switched the card over to the default fan curve and ran the frame benchmark again. We observed an average frame rate of 346 and a maximum temperature of 58, which surprised nobody. In the Garry's Mod test, we loaded into the GM Construct map and drove around in a Nissan downloaded from the workshop for a while. During this test, the average frame rate was 193 and the max temperature was 82 for the passively cooled test. Though, when we turned the fans on and did the same, the results showed an average frame rate of 369 and a max temperature of 71 degrees. Rocket League is a much more recent and intensive game than the previous, so the results will be interesting. We averaged a frame rate of 188 and a max temperature of 83 on passive, 63 degrees and 201 on air. In the passive test, however, the card observed thermal throttling to keep under the 85 degrees, but nothing was noticeable in-game. However, in true NVIDIA fashion, the card exceeded its boost clock, going to 2.1 GHz on air cooling. No surprise. So in conclusion, is it worth it to disable your GPU fan and run passive? Put it simply, if your GPU has a fan, no. If you have your heart set on the silence of passive cooling, it would be better to buy cards that already have full passive coolers on them because disabling your fan would defeat the purpose of even having one. You don't see much of GPU passive cooling today because all people talk about is high-end GTX 1080s and such, and lower cards like 1050 Ti's that come with passive cooling options are simply shrugged off. Like the video? Learn something new? Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe button. Thanks for watching and see you next month.